Elgato, please give me strength. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Sonic Adventure 2. I was honest to God hoping to make this a 2-session long thing, but then let's just say that things happened, and we have to pretty much redo the last story. Yay! However, this session's going to go by pretty short if we just stick to this, so I'm going to pad out time just for you folks.
Oh.
Oh no.
And in doing so, I'm actually going to go and find all the other abilities that Sonic and crew have not picked up yet.
Ooh. Okay.
Yo, we're playing Sonic Advance 2?
I wish.
Not really. It's all in 3D, and Cream the Rabbit's not here.
Oh, well, I mean, by the view of the world map, I only could have drawn one conclusion, but regardless.
Sure, be fine.
Fair point.
So we got places to go, gotta follow your rainbow.
As we do.
Can't stick around, gotta keep moving on.
Just what lies ahead, only one way to find out.
I'm gonna miss that one joke that Logan fucking made me wheeze about.
Which one?
Yeah, it was a really, really good joke that happened.
No, I'm 100% okay with letting that one sit in the dirt.
I mean, if you kept the audio,
We all deleted our
you could
audio
probably
because
just
that.
transplant it in here with
Nah,
no
we
context.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, you're just gonna have to take our word for it that Logan likes Knuckles' poo.
Huh?
Or no, Doug's poo. It was Doug's poo.
I was like, yeah, get it right. I mean, no, I mean, there's absolutely nothing like
No,
that.
he
that
likes
I ever
Winnie
had
the
yet.
Pooh.
Yes.
Yeah, because he
100%.
loves my impression so much.
It's very fun. It's
just-
and now that I know that liking Pooh actually now leads to me. Now that I know that liking Winnie the Pooh, the Disney character and copyright, now that I know that liking that character also now translates to me being opposed to a tyrannical overlord in a foreign nation, I love Winnie the Pooh all the more now.
Oh, poo.
Down with anarchy. Oh, thank you, dear Logan.
Hey, fuck you, Luigi.
Fuck you, Luigi.
I forget, was that like the one, really good joke that ended up, being lost to ether after that recording failed?
That was, I mean, the I love Pooh being one. There's another one that I actually hope to recreate with hype at some point, depending on how well things go. But for now,
If it's the goofy one, that was in the Team Dark session.
no, I mean the Stitch one.
Oh, okay.
Stitch.
Oh yeah, the Stitch one we lost.
But now that I called it out,
since-
now it makes it hard. Oh, hey, that's right, we can break mental
So,
blocks. now.
it should be said, ladies and gentlemen, every stage for every character, save for the cards level stuff, has an upgrade for every character. That also includes City Escape.
Every stage?
But it's also the very last one you're going to be able to get.
Right, because you need to be able to have the metal block
The
upgrade.
Magic Gloves.
This looks stupid.
Upgrades, people, upgrades.
Upgrades, people, upgrades!
So this is probably the most what the fuck power-up in the game.
And it's honestly...
It's the most fucking useless.
It's... Okay, I'll say this right now. By the game's base merits, it is absolutely worthless. With mods, however, it becomes the most broken ability Sonic has.
Oh, agreed.
How so? Wait, no, how so? How does mods fix that?
Basically, it has it so that, like, say if you approach an enemy, the prompt for magic hands immediately pops up. You press the button, they immediately get caught into a ball, and that's pretty much that. The enemy's immediately destroyed.
Oh, so you don't have to swap to the thing.
Exactly.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, that was the magic hand. Again, very broken in the right hands, but very worthless if you're playing this game by legitimate means.
With these hands, I control the fate of millions!
Jeez. I'm calling it the Klonoa power-up.
That's fair.
What, you can't double jump with it?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But you can still pick
Wahoo.
up an enemy and throw another one. But I assume it does...
Oh, you know what? Oh, oops! I almost forgot. There was another thing there was another mod I completely forgot about that gives Shadow the bounce bracelet, even though he doesn't get it at all, like in the actual game.
Well, screw
Yeah,
that noise. It's a fun power-up.
I mean, do you think he really tolerate being a bouncy ball?
Flames.
So here's where Shadow gets the fire ring, and he can break iron crates. Though I think, with the exception of like say certain challenges, this is practically useless for him. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's a nice accessory, but I'd rather have kept the bouncy ball
So-
because it is just a really good ability.
So they gave the emo hedgehog arson abilities. Interesting.
So does Sonic.
Let's be equal about this. Everyone can burn everything.
Let's pretend that doesn't exist.
You're right.
No worries. Is there a thing?
Oh, Iron Gate. Yeah, I do need to be here because the last of Eggman's abilities should be in here.
Yeah, it is.
If I remember correctly, the placement for this one is kind of dickish. Or am I thinking Tails?
No, you're probably thinking of Tails, because Tails is literally at the very end of the level.
Oh yeah, you.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And you could like, say if you're getting a little too, dash happy, you could grab the ring and be on your way. And it's like, wait, I forgot the thing!
I didn't even know the thing was there.
I forgot the thing of the thing.
Oh shit! I forgot this thing. But what about that thing? Oh fuck that thing. I'm going for this thing.
Many things. Oh! Oh.
I am pulling something very stupid here, but it worked.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that.
Oh my lord.
Can't believe you done this.
It's cool, but you mess
You got
up.
the time, don't do the crime.
Exactly.
And with this, we can now do more crimes.
Laser.
Yes.
Missile spreads is explosive destroy. Okay, so basically now there's better AoE on the explosions.
Yep, pretty much the same thing that Gamma had in SA1, if you actually went out of your way to go back to the egg carrot and grab it.
Good.
Okay, maybe not entirely the same, but it still looks cool all the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, Tails has his own variant of it too, which is Imprisonling.
Yay.
Oh, let's see.
Unfortunately, this time we have to play through the entire stage.
Yep, the whole dang thing, and there's no real way to make it any faster.
Oh boy.
So how about this?
My
So
favorite.
how about this? As we're going through this thin information, then, since we learned that we may not have enough time with the credits and stuff without going a little bit over,
Yeah, we'll be fine.
I bet to have everyone talk about their thoughts about the game as a whole. I guess it kind of doesn't have the impact unless we actually do the final campaign first. Fair enough.
Well, Logan,
fine.
I certainly gotta tell you, it was an adventure too. It was a battle as well.
This truly was a Sonic Adventure 2: The Quest for Peace.
I wish.
I thought this was a Sonic Adventure 2: Return of Eggman.
Nah, Electric Boogaloo. Guys, come on, get it right.
I love the idea of putting wrong emphasis. The Return of Eggman.
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 You, the one Eggman.
That's pretty
I wonder if she knows where Sonic or whatever. What was that line from SA1?
I wonder what happened to Sonic.
Sonic.
It wasn't me. It was the one egg man.
And actually, just talking about like.
I'm a man and I have an egg, but only one.
What
Go
were you
ahead,
saying?
Hype. I agree. No, you're fine.
You were talking about like fake subtitle names for the Sonic Adventure 2, like you said stuff like Return of Eggman and whatnot. I have one and twisted a bit to fit the context of the game. Sonic Adventure 2: Shadow Unleashed.
I love it.
Yeah,
Wrong
actually,
Unleashed.
That's fair. That's fair. No, you're fine. You're thinking of Nazo, right?
I was thinking
Oh, goddammit.
Scooby-Doo 2.
No.
Because Nazo
At that point-
was unleashed as well.
No. At that point, it would be da 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 da. Oh, you know.
Am I the only cultured person that's seen Scooby-Doo 2: Monsters Unleashed?
I've seen the movie a couple of times. I know what we're getting at.
I do like Scooby-Doo. I keep forgetting though. Was James Gunn involved in that one?
Oh yeah, he was involved in both of them.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay, that's
That
good.
would explain all the fan service.
I mean,
Back to
well,
Sonic Adventure 2.
okay. How about?
in the round tables?
Jeez, the freaking mic.
I love that joke.
I like that. I love the freaking implication. You shouldn't have locked those locks. Now you must do
the cotton candy
candy blob.
cotton candy blob.
Yes.
And then there's just this moment then of, oh, by the way, where was that power up?
It's at the very end level, right here.
Really?
Right at that gate.
Yeah, right over there.
There it is.
No kidding.
Yep.
Yep.
No.
Oof.
Fucking dicks.
Now Tails is Laser Blaster, which actually looks kind of cool.
like
Laser
it.
beam.
It does look cool.
But yeah, no. It's just like,
It looks like a selfie stick.
A selfie stick?
Yeah, you know.
no, that's too big. But then they all catch up later. Then they all just catch up later, and Scooby-Doo's like, I made a man alive tonight.
That's terrible.
Well, no, it wasn't an actual man. It was actual Con Candy monster because like the machine turned the costumes to real monsters somehow.
Keep telling yourself that, Scooby.
Monsters.
I'm probably gonna watch that movie later on tonight. Thank you.
I mean, I'm up for doing a duology watch at some point for.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Spooky Month.
honestly, like, it doesn't have to be tonight, but why don't we add both those movies to our list of marathons?
I mean, I wouldn't be against it. Like, I still, like, as dumb as it is, I still think the first movie has some, you know, fun in it.
Oh, it
The
does.
first
And
movie traumatized me.
oh,
In what fashion?
The big twist.
Oh, whoops. I almost forgot Rouge's other power-up. Oops!
go
How
get
are you
it.
doing, everybody?
Turn the car around.
Back
Yeah,
down, but yes. Okay, so but there's really quick between the two because at least I can keep track on Nikki's thought. Doug, what were you going to say about the first one?
I wasn't gonna say anything about the first one. I was just about to say, good thing we're not doing it tonight because Sam and I are gonna watch a silent movie later on. Because it's
Look at
A
this.
silent
Movie.
movie?
at the time of this recording, actually, it's actually our 5th month anniversary.
Yay!
Oh, dang.
Yes.
All right, so now back.
Been that
oh,
long already?
so
Yep.
now back. I guess so. So now back to you, Icky. How did the first movie about the talking dog traumatize you?
Because of the other talking dog.
Oh, Scrappy?
Oh, that's why when he, that's right when he became a demon. Which in and of itself you could in and of itself you could consider that to be its own form of fan service from Mr. Gunn.
You know what, like,
Probably, yeah.
I love what you were quoting. Something that only gets funny to me as I get older was Shaggy's line beforehand, the whole like, geez, Scrap, there's no reason for you to be a jerk and trying to take over all humanity.
That one is just that line is just too good.
There was that, and then
I ran out of the movie theater crying.
Aw. Poor bud.
Hype is not laughing at you. I swear. What I was gonna say,
He better not.
I honestly thought what would have traumatized you would have been the part where Mary Jane, subtle I know, where Mary Jane like was stretching her face about because she was possessed like by a demon.
Right.
I don't remember that.
It was during the ATV chase.
And Scooby-Doo's convinced that she's evil.
I don't remember that.
Okay, there's an ATV chase with Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. We got to establish that first, and then at one point, oh, the treasure scope.
The Scouter!
And at one point, Mary Jane gets smacked across the head by a tree branch, thus causing her face
Oh, yeah, that's
to like
right.
warp around because she was possessed by a demon the whole time. She does that rubber stretchy thing as though she's wearing a costume, which now that I think about it, was a very interesting like thematic like choice to have the villains actually wearing people like masks.
I like that. I like that idea.
Real talk, I think, unless I'm mistaken, I more or less got everything.
Are there any other? By the way, I'll say I've never seen this map screen in my life.
Really?
You've never ever seen this map screen.
Yeah, I've only ever just played
You
it.
guys
just
never actually went to the stage select before?
Never, forever, never?
Nah, I only ever just played it straight through. I never knew there was a stage select. This is kind of nifty.
So you never even bothered trying to do any of the additional missions for each level?
You got it.
Oh, wait. I remember now what I'm missing.
You do?
Granted, in the long run, it really means
yeah.
nothing, but I may as well get them for completion's sake.
Okay.
Oh, Mystic Melody?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I have the ability to hover across the sands, I don't have to really worry about sinking, and I can also since I have the Vulcan cannon the bazooka upgrade, it means I'm actually able to get the
Oops. Oh,
Well,
I say.
I nearly did myself in. Where did you come from? Oof! Get lost!
Get out of here.
Oh, that's smarts.
you startled me!
Oh,
done
you
that.
surprised me. There you go. Jeez.
I am not open, sir. Good day.
Okay, I guess then I have to ask the
What's the
Nicky.
point of this?
Rings.
You know I have a fragile heart.
Now I gotta
Oh
wonder
wait, it
now.
was on
Icky.
the other side, wasn't it?
I think so. So now I gotta wonder, Icky, is
There it
this now your like your implicit self invitation that you want to join us when we do Sonic Heroes
Huh?
because of the quotations?
Maybe.
Oh, sorry, I'm confused. Who was that question to?
Icky.
But Eggman isn't playable in Sonic Heroes.
Because Icky was saying quotes from
Oh.
that. Like, it was Knuckles who said, "Whoa, you surprised me."
Sorry, my brain got confused. It's fine.
It's okay.
I feel like a link in a battery ball.
What the heck is the point of all this?
For fun?
To get pots.
I don't know, but I thought it was cathartic.
Is it? I bet you there's gotta be. I bet you there's gotta be somewhere online, and Icky knows it. There's gotta be like a guide that's like, this is the most optimum grinding route to get as many Chao ingredients as possible.
No, I don't.
I'm pretty sure that was actually for one of the extra missions for that level.
Look, I may enjoy the Chao Garden, but I am a casual Chao Garden enjoyer, damn it.
You know, that says a lot considering how much of a freaking stink you made out of my actions during that session.
I have never heard you so distraught.
Because, goddammit, James, man, they're babies. You don't do that to babies.
I'm just more so, I'm with Logan, like, out of all the times, like, unless there's a playthrough that I'm misremembering, that is, like, the most, like, passionate I've heard him yell in any of our videos.
No, that's the most legitimately livid I've ever been.
You know what? To make up for it, we have to visit Sage before we end the video.
Yeah,
Is it what now?
fine.
The Chao that he didn't kill.
Oh, about that.
I forgot to save.
Uh-oh, what'd you do? What'd you do?
We didn't keep that save.
So, funny thing is, I actually now that I think about it, maybe it doesn't really mean anything, considering the Chao world stuff, I think it's considered its own save file.
Oh, then maybe
So,
it's
the funny
okay.
thing is that what you're seeing here is me actually playing through it, like, I essentially restarted the save file, because I figured, why not? Let's pretend we're doing it fresh again.
Okay, so you played all the way back up to this point. It's still a good game. What's wrong with playing it again?
So you brought the Chao back from the woods.
Well, I never really threw her into the forest.
Yes, you did.
I almost did. There's a difference.
No, he threw
The
defect.
first Chao you did.
Well, the first shot I did, but again, he's a defect!
Rude.
No, he isn't. He had a smile for days.
Dummies!
Yeah, you do realize the one with the smile was Sage, right?
Oh. Who's the other one again?
Defect!
Shows how much I care about Chao, am I right?
Damn. Okay,
For real!
Exposed.
You don't even remember our child's name, you
so
dick!
I should ask then, Icky, are you at all... go ahead, Hype.
If I'm not mistaken, like, considering you did, like, the Chao stuff near the very beginning of the Dark Campaign, and you should still have that saved, I think it should still remember all the stuff you did in that while we were doing that session.
You know what, fuck it. Well, let's test that theory next. Oh, right. I almost forgot. I need a Chao key. Unless...
What, you mean
A
you can't get
Chao
to the Chao Garden through this way?
You need a Chao key to go to the Chao Garden.
Again, this is a new save file. I didn't bother to get any of the Chao keys with anybody, so...
You need a key.
You know what? Maybe they locked you away from getting back to the Chao Garden for what you did with the first Chao.
The easiest Chao key is in Cosmic Wall.
The Cosmic Wall takes forever to go through.
I'll find...
You know what? I'll just do a Wild King, just because finding the Master Emerald pieces shouldn't take me too long.
Right, there's one right
Yeah,
here.
like there.
Alright,
That
nice.
was easy.
Now it's just a matter of getting finding a Chao key.
The Chao
Alright,
box
so-
is literally to your right from the beginning
So,
of
re-
the stage.
so really quick, did you have anything else to
Was it?
say, Hype,
Or
before
am
I
I
ask
thinking
Icky
try
this
to
other
do-
thing?
You might be thinking of it. You know what? Let's test that theory.
In that right alcove.
Oh, there it is.
But now you actually have to complete the stage with the Chao key.
Correct.
Yep. Again,
So-
shouldn't take too long.
Okay,
Anyway.
so Hype,
Unless
did you have anything else to
fertilizes.
say before I go back to Icky real quick?
Honestly, go ahead.
About the Chao stuff, Icky, are you curious at all about that, like, one Kickstarter project where it's like they basically want to make their own, like, Chao RPG kind of game?
A Chao RPG?
Wait, are you talking about Poglings?
I think I'm thinking, yeah, I think it's Poglings. That's it. Where it's like they have this open world adventure kind of thing, but it will like they specifically wanted it to not only be an open world adventure, but also have their own form of Chao Garden.
Okay, well, first off, it's called Podlings, but I
Correct.
first heard it as Poglings.
I thought it was Poglings, but I mean, can you blame me for thinking?
Poglings!
Alright. Poggers!
No, but secondly, Podlings are already a thing, see Dark Crystal. Third,
Fair.
I just want Sega Sonic Team to just bring the Chao Garden back.
They never will.
It'll bring you bajillions of dollars.
They never will.
I am part of that vocal part. I'm the vocal part of that part of the vocal part of the base that wants the Chao Garden back. It was great.
He's right in that it is vocal.
We're getting colder.
It was great, quotations, in Sonic Adventure 2.
Actually, before you grab the last emerald piece, why don't we show what happens if you break another Chao box? Or maybe all 3 Chao boxes
What?
in a stage.
Well, there's one right here, so why not?
So basically, with the first Chao box, you get the Chao key that allows you to access the Chao Garden. The second box contains a bunch of animals that you can feed to the Chao. The third box, however, gives you a rare animal to give to the Chao. Those animals usually come with like really weird traits, such like a phoenix gives them like fiery wings for hands, I think,
Oh, there it is.
and allows them to breathe fire.
Interesting.
There's also like a skeleton dog that makes the Chao invisible, or maybe that's the bat.
You know, a part of me is kind of thankful you're not the one doing the Sonic Adventure 2 playthrough, because otherwise it'd be like
85% Chao World? No.
Yeah, 85% Chao World.
I'd be doing that in my off time, mister.
Okay, it did save everything. And actually, hey, I can actually go to the Chao kindergarten. Let's go check this place out.
Okay.
Sage!
But yeah, like, if I were in charge of this playthrough, I would have done Chao Garden stuff in my off time, and just show, like, the fundamental stuff, like, for one session I would show, like, the basic Chao Garden, the introduction to them. Another session I would show the kindergarten here, then the mini games, then the different Chao Gardens that you can unlock. All that.
I'm so sorry. There's a black market in the Chao world?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
It's a market, and it's dark, like black.
It's a black market in the kindergarten building.
Huh.
You can get more Chao eggs.
Delightful.
Rambunctious little buggers.
And that
I
guy
think
has
it's
a sea monster for a pet?
I guess.
For
And I believe you
whatever
can sell. And I believe you can sell items you transfer from the Game Boy Advance, Sonic Advance.
From the Game Boy
titles.
Advance, or items that you get that you accumulate from the Chao Garden itself, like eggshells.
I'm calling him Derek.
Now, what happens with the classroom is you can bring a Chao here, and once it's learning a lesson, like here it's singing, once it learns that skill, you can take it out, and occasionally it will sing in the Chao Garden.
Among many other things.
Here's the principal. He'll tell you about your Chao's personality, attitude, or, just give you I'm thinking of the doctor's office.
Yeah, you're thinking of the doctor. The principal is essentially just a tutorial.
Here's a tutorial guide, and here's the health
Here's
doctor.
Health Center.
It's just a health
This
center.
guy's got Dr. Wiley
Doctor
here.
will examine your Chao. You didn't bring your Chao? Bring the Chao. Why you didn't bring your Chao? Bring the Chao. You have to be
What
such
are
a
you
kid.
even doing here?
Get out. Hey, Fortunes.
Have a baby first, then come back.
Well, alright
Alright, fortune
then.
telling house. This is where you can get your Chao named.
That
Sage!
sounds so like not vile, but definitely like
Actually, I
just
just realized
so
something.
intense to
Since
say
we
to
are playing through
somebody.
Stage Select, it's not going to boot me out. So yeah, I could technically bring Sage if she's still here. Where is she actually?
Let's
I
find
see
out.
an egg.
Yoo-hoo.
Sage!
Sage.
Little baby.
Is there a way to call it any sages?
There's Sage.
There she is.
Sage!
What are you
Looking
doing?
nice. Oh no, she's crying!
Pet the baby.
Pick him up and pet him. Well, cuddle him.
Yay! Look at you.
Yay!
Oh, for a second I thought she was going to start sliding towards the...
Now
Give
eat
her
that.
some food, give her some thingies, and she'll eventually grow happier.
Happy Sage.
So
And
Oh
how,
then-
no, you don't. You don't want to touch those animals. They're full of rabies.
They're
so how
full
do
of
so how
rabies.
do you evolve them into like the actual like villain Chao or dark Chao?
Well, again, it depends on the character you're playing as. If you're playing as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles, and you treat them with love, they'll transition into hero Chaos, which...
Let's see the
work-
doctor.
Oh, this isn't good.
Uh-oh.
What?
That's not... Wait, what?
Your
It's healthy.
Your Chao is very healthy.
Oh my goodness.
This Chao should have been erased with the rest of the defects.
No!
I agree.
Now, about that cancer... Your Chao was born in August,
See, it's bad.
It's...
so it means that this Chao is going to excel at flying.
Oh, triangle
Okay.
fruit.
But yeah,
enough.
over time, your Chao will age, it will grow up, and eventually it will evolve into an adult phase. Or at least, like, a child phase, because currently it's a baby.
Gotcha. Your Chao's a newborn. I'll give your Chao a good name. Wait, don't we?
This Chao's lucky name is
Sage.
summoning the powers to
Sage.
be.
Sage.
So, how about Chappie?
No. It's not Sage.
I never even seen that movie.
You don't like this name?
You want a different name? Sure.
Oh, that's
Okay,
right.
I'll
It
try
was a
it.
movie. I need to give it a look see at some point.
Oh,
How
is that a
about
robot?
Dajin?
No.
Dejime.
What?
That's a very specific name.
You have to shout it. Dejime.
One more time, with feeling.
Okay, I'll try it again.
This time with gusto.
It's gotta be
Sage.
Dejime.
I said that! I'll give you one more try. I swear to God, give me something different.
I'm gonna break a crystal ball.
Chaco.
No.
Chaoko.
No.
Okay, that's funny, but yeah, no. I don't want any of these names. No. How about naming your Chao yourself? Yes, I will.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sage.
Remember, we're calling her Sage.
Make it legally distinct, Sage. S-A-Y-G-E.
Nah.
What? No.
Nah, Sage is good like this.
Bring on the lawsuits.
Or
That'll
just without the E. Make it SAG.
No!
you know because if they because if they sue us, there you go. Because no, this is actually perfect. Because if they
There.
because then if they sue us, Icky, that means they have to legally claim ownership, and thus they will have to then be legally upholding. They will then be legally required to bring back Chao Gardens.
Yes.
I hope you will become. I hope
Or-
you will become a good thing.
There.
Welcome,
Now you
welcome
are
back.
officially Sage.
Welcome back, Hype. We just renamed the babe.
But yes, once this Chao becomes an adolescent, it will evolve into either a hero Chao, a neutral Chao, or a dark Chao, with its particular typing dependent on how much of its stat growth is going on.
It's so cute.
So, like,
Well,
since this
oh.
Chao is good at flying, if you give it a bunch of flying animals or yellow chaos drives, it will become a dark flying Chao.
Okay. Sorry. So welcome back.
So
Hype.
yeah, with all that padding out of our system, last story time.
Now to the important part of the game.
What about the kart racing?
Sorry, Hype. There's a lot going down there.
Sorry,
How you doing, man?
Are you okay?
It's fine. Nothing I'm not used to.
Sonic Drive 3 is cancelled? Impossible!
They, well, no kidding. Sonic removed the Chaos Emerald, and uh-oh.
My dear grandpappy.
Well, no, all the emeralds are there. Did you forget the part where Eggman was able to snatch the real 7th emerald from Tails?
Oh.
Was he able to snatch those seven?
Yeah, like even in the Hero
Oh,
Side
yeah.
story, he was able to like he reached out for it and then fled.
Oh yeah, he just went yoink.
And Tails and Amy did absolutely nothing about it. Like they were too preoccupied seeing Sonic actually survive the pod exploding.
Yeah.
It's all over for us.
We're all gonna die.
Message.
It's the big kaboom!
This space colony arc is currently approaching the Earth. at
Have we ever talked about who Rouge is voiced by here?
probably
Lane Manila, the voice of like so many other characters from like the 90s and so forth.
Yeah, Lane Manila. She's essentially a veteran at this point.
Yeah?
Well, voice acting veteran. Oh, right.
This is a death sentence for every human being on Earth. If my calculations
Does this mom ever take her daughter away from the city? They've just been standing in that they've been standing in that, like, town square all day watching TV.
Logan, they're NPCs.
along with your beloved
Um,
planet
They're just regular old civvies.
Who knew that France, the central city, and what was it, or Iran, Afghanistan, one of those.
In the Middle East, yeah, that's the important thing.
Who knew that those regions were right next to each other?
But they definitely did see like the arc literally like coming straight towards the Earth at such a velocity.
True.
So we're all gonna die if they can't stop this trajectory of, colliding with the Earth.
everything away from me will feel my loss and despair.
Also, quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen, this game was initially released on the Dreamcast and GameCube, rated E for everyone,
And this man's about to be shot dead.
by a firing squad. This is Eggman's grandfather, by the way.
This is E for everyone.
Professor Joe.
Oopsie whoopsie. Joe Robotnik made a fucky wucky.
Thank you, Eggman.
You guys messed up so bad.
So much. Shut up.
We messed up so bad. What about you? You're the one that started.
Shut up. You rat fuck.
What did he? I forgot. What did he? I forgot what
I
did
don't
he?
even remember.
It was that line, but I remember there was something where like it was like after they leaked the news on Twitter, he just sort of like, you guys. It was
He
like
was
they
just really fucking tired of everything.
it's just, oh my lord, I'm going to kill you
And
then kill you
again.
That one just.
I'm
Have you
so
ever seen that MB? The
No,
real-time fan
I
dub?
have not. I've not seen this pair. I'm sorry. I know I'm uncultured.
Oh boy.
Then MB, you will have homework tonight.
Oh.
You are going to watch that thing later tonight.
With us.
No, that does not have to be with us. Go
yes,
ahead, MB.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was going to say, I don't know why, but whatever wrist thing, like whatever watch, whatever device that Sonic is wearing on his right wrist, just reminds me of a land speeder.
Oh, the Magic Club?
It reminds me of a land speeder from Star Wars. I don't know why.
Sonic just looks at it. I wonder what this does. It just flies off with his glove.
Literally.
Now this is pod racing!
God dang it. Amy looks very distraught.
She looks like she's happy.
They all are, considering we're literally reading the thoughts of a man who literally went insane.
Cuts to Eggman, he just has a frowny face.
I love how the text is still clipped by the 4x3.
I can't read nothing.
It's so blurry.
Wait, let me take a look at it. Oh wait, I can't read.
Hey!
So, long story short, Gun staged a raid on the base because they didn't like what was going on here, I guess. Maria was shot, you could argue, either intentionally or unintentionally, depending on what the cutscenes between this and Shadow will tell you. And
Like no witnesses.
They wanted to make sure there were no witnesses.
and
Despite the fact that Gunn hired General Robotnik to do this research?
Okay, so I did do a little further research between the last time we did this and now. Apparently the whole, Project Shadow thing was primarily, Professor Gerald was commissioned by the president of the UF to do it. And then there was some internal politics that happened between, the government and Gunn. And, Gunn realized that this whole thing was, way too dangerous to keep going, so they staged a whole,
a coup, I guess.
They essentially just, exactly, they pretty much just pulled it straight up, wipe on the space colony Ark.
Damn.
Well, isn't Gunn, under the leadership of the UN?
Well, again, again, the idea, again, that's what he's saying, is that there was some, internal thing where they, basically said, okay, we're taking command of this now. But remember, this was 50 years ago, so we have no idea what things have evolved by then.
I imagine they'd need express permission from the president of the UF for that.
Again, perhaps they went right to him and said, we're doing this now, try and stop us.
Is it possible that Gunn is actually a mercenary group?
No.
No, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be just... to put a comparison, they're essentially like the U.S. military.
They are.
Ah.
Yeah, that's fair.
The U.S. military as portrayed by the
Japanese.
Essentially. By Japanese game writers. Not just that, but, those straight from Sega.
What is that jellyfish doing on my screen?
Oh wait, that's the jellyfish we're in right now!
Oh.
It's not very gelatinous now that I think about it.
Metroid.
Maybe it should just be fish.
I slightly heard that.
I don't know why you said that with the same tone of Stonehenge.
So, to catch everybody up to speed, the Chaos Emeralds are currently being transported from that whole central control room from the Dark Side story straight closer to the cannon. So we gotta head straight to the core and take them out.
How's everyone?
So are the Chaos Emeralds moving down there on their own, or are they being brought down by something?
We don't
They're
know.
likely being brought down by something. Also, fuck it. Screw these shielded gun robots.
Ugh.
Agreed.
I know.
So together with something that I now realize this would later become something emulated in Sonic 06 to a much lesser degree. This is now going to be all of our friends and everyone working together to reach the core as fast as possible.
Because the power of friendship.
All but one character is pretty much on board to head straight, ready to work together to open up a passageway straight to the core.
So, now...
Also, strangely enough, it turns out that Gerald Robotic was working with, time pausing things.
Why not?
Yep, I mean, say whatever you will about Gerald, how much of a... He's pretty much the Sonic equivalent of the Greek tragedy. He was also something of a, he was he was a very avid researcher on a lot of things, not just, the whole thing he was doing with Project Shadow, but, well, okay. Project Shadow definitely had a whole part in it, but basically, if you know that, especially if you've been playing this game for, 20 plus years or whatever, you may have noticed that there's a lot of parallels that this game makes to the original Sonic Adventure, right down to how it handles the Echidna lore and also Chaos.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we have all the artificial chaos, roaming about.
Right.
Well, I call that just a callback to what SA1 established, rather than,
Well,
like...
Well, it also implies that the research that it also implies then that the research that Eggman was doing to learn about Chaos Zero in the first place, thus leading to all the conflict in the first adventure, that his grandfather was already well aware of it 50 years prior.
Right. Like, in general, it's like, most if not all of, like, the work that went into Project Shadow can very much be tied to, basically all the Echidna lore from Sonic Adventure 1. Or, even beyond that, like, as early as, like, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, with that whole mural showcasing what they prophesied would be the fight against Sonic and Eggman, like, up in the Doomsday Zone.
I forget if I asked during our failed recording, but was it Gunn who created the artificial chaos, or was it Gerald?
It was Gerald.
Yeah, pretty much everything here. The idea was that everything here had no involvement from Gunn until recently when they took control of it, because they basically took complete and utter control of it from Gerald.
Right, because beforehand, like, Gerald, like, he was pretty much like the like greatest scientist of his time. Like, he made the art, he made Project Shadow, like all the artificial, like a whole lot of it. Like,
he made switches that stop time.
Essentially, yeah.
He made the mom of Maria.
Okay.
Well,
that is fair. That is completely fair. But still,
goodness
I don't know where that came from.
I wasn't ready.
Me either. It's like Jesus Christ, but also not wrong.
What?
Not wrong. Not talking about it later. Go ahead.
But yeah, no. It's like, again, my whole point is like Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 1 are like in such a way where like they're so obviously separated in such a way where it's not entirely necessary to know one to understand the other. But if you do, it does definitely add an additional layer that's honestly pretty intriguing.
It's as if this is a sequel to an adventure.
But I mean, it's
right.
It's interesting.
This is back when Sonic teams, like Sega and Sonic teams, still kind of gave a crap about to some degree about Sonic lore, at least until recently.
I mean, well, this is back when Yuji Naka was still in charge.
For better and worse.
Yes, but now we have lore. Now we have an official person who is like specifically responsible for making sure the lore is intact. And now, as previously I believe talked about in the last session, IDW Sonic is a part of that now. Like they have an overall world they want to work with now.
Yeah.
I can imagine
These
all.
buttons are stupid.
What?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Steve.
He was saying it was stupid.
Oh. I was just
No,
saying,
go ahead,
like, I was just saying that is neat, and I'm also just being so amused by all of the like IDW haters that are probably like frothing in agony with that announcement.
Too bad, so sad.
Yeah, well, suck it up. It's like they pretty much are just the most consistent like team of writers for Sonic in like God knows how long.
Precisely.
I mean, that is true, but I do know that there are like a handful of like, I don't fully agree with them, but I know that there are some criticisms regarding IDW Sonic that people take a lot of ordnance with, mostly in the fact of like, out of all the Sonic products, it feels like the comics are the ones that are like hit the hardest with like these mandates that apparently Sega has with some of their writings.
I mean, not wrong there. Like, especially like how Shadow was treated with the Zombot arc.
Yeah.
Imagine getting to this final conflict. Don't do it. I'm not even gonna mention until we're out of this room. Wait for it.
Okay.
Wait for it.
I gotta ask,
Hold
what the
on.
hell is this chamber supposed to be anyways?
I don't know, fluid or coolant or something.
Honey.
Okay, now that we're leaving away from it, and Nikki can't tell us to
Wait,
do
I
it.
gotta freeze time.
Yes, you do.
Crap. Okay, I'm thinking like, imagine getting to this part and doing so much to like get to this final like grand showdown. But you pick up a Chao key, so Rouge, you okay? Rouge, you okay? Rouge, you okay? Rouge?
Oh, oops.
You okay, Rouge?
She was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
I fish and drowned.
She's getting down.
But basically, imagine getting this far, and you pick up a Chao key, and now right before the final boss, you have to go to the Chao room still.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's like, Sonic, you finally reached the cannon's core. That's nice. I need to go visit my Chao first, though. Wait, what?
I gotta visit my kid in school. There's a parent-teacher conference tonight, Eggman.
Shout supports. That's actually really sad. Now I'm gonna stop talking.
And then Eggman comes to realize, wait, the only child in the kindergarten. Wait, you freaking traitor! That's my child.
And Amy comes in and says, "Our child."
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Hello?
can we not?
Well, no, I mean, like, she sees Sonic raising the Chao. It's like, yay, he's practicing for future.
Yeah, that's also fair.
You know, horrifyingly enough, you say that as a joke, but then you start to think about it as like, wait, if Sonic's taking care of the Chao, then why is he still on the way to becoming a Dark Chao?
You were supposed to go above.
And then I realized, oh no, Sonic's one of those kind of scumbag parents.
I mean, it's a good thing I got the air necklace, otherwise I would have been pretty much in deep shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Also, I saw what you did there, Hype.
Huh?
Because people forget. This wouldn't even be the first time they'd done that with Sonic and Amy, because don't forget Emerald.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, the one plot element of Sonic Battle everyone agrees was absolutely dog shit.
What, that Amy wanted to raise Emerald as her own?
Well, it's
Really
really
stupid.
it's one of those things where it's like it's not inconsistent with how Amy was back then, but it is probably like the most egregious example of how she was back then.
It is essentially the logical extreme to an already uncomfortable character arc of Amy's.
And so they fixed it. By deleting her for a couple games, but then she came back.
And yet there are people that say she becomes boring when you remove it.
Well, those people need fucking therapy.
Those people need a nap.
I think the main thing that people were worried about, well, not worried, okay, not as if I'm supposed to start talking for you, but I'd say the main thing I was worried about, which almost happened in Boom, but not fully, was I was worried about her becoming a blandly written girl boss character that had no
Which
other personality
thankfully was not
besides
the
that.
case.
Oh, yeah.
They fixed it, yeah, it was better than that. Oh my gosh, finally. Now we'll leave Knuckles to drown in there, because I don't know how we're getting him out of there.
He's got air knuckles. He'll be fine.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's gotta run out eventually.
Go, Sonic,
you know you're supposed to
go.
grind on rails with your soap shoes.
So now we're at the final stretch to reach the cannon's core.
Yep, it's all or nothing now.
Where the hell has Shadow been?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a popsicle.
He's just chilling out in the
The popsicle.
Yeah.
He left to get a rocket pop.
Rocket pop!
He sure does his rocket pops.
He sure does know how to cook up a
Don't
good
you mean a
omelet.
firecracker?
It's my favorite flavor.
You know, the
Fantas-
firecracker popsicles?
I don't know if we talked about this or not,
I mean,
but
don't they call those rocket pops now?
Yeah, the rocket
I
pop.
No,
forgot.
I always knew them as, whoa, what the hell?
Whoa!
Here's a callback I kind of wasn't really, I wasn't really asking for.
Now, what are we trying to say,
Water
Logan?
slides.
I forgot. I know this. I know Spider-Man, Spider-Verse 1 did it, but I forgot. Did Sonic has the Sonic movies called into question the odd Sonic gumball popsicle ice cream yet?
No.
Okay.
Like, the only meme that the movies ever really acknowledged was Sonic.
Yeah, that's really it.
I loved
That's
that.
true.
I
And
loved
they only
it.
did it once.
So what the hell is this chamber?
I'll say in the movie's defense, they actually did a pretty good job with that.
Oh, yeah.
Considering
It was a crazy man.
literally it was a crazy old man's like interpretation of the Blue Demon.
I do like that.
I found Square Bob.
Well, I know that I think
I know you're
one of the
out
upcoming
there.
comics, the IDW comics, has like a bunch of the IDW characters have like their faces big. Sorry, have
Where's the bathroom on this thing?
Big. It's down the other hallway.
have their heads as
Oh,
the
thanks.
go buddy,
Yo.
bye. I'll miss you.
Sorry, go ahead,
No,
MD.
it's fine. They have their heads as like the same gumball pops as Sonic did, so they're acknowledging them in the comics, but not in the movies. I don't think.
That's
I
fair.
feel
Also,
like
just
they'll do
remembered
it maybe in the
something.
third one.
Probably. Also, NB, I just remembered something.
Whoa.
Since you had your initial start with Sonic via Sonic X, remember when Chris Thorndike took Amy's place for this exact scene?
It's been a very long time since I watched Sonic X, so I will say yes.
I mean, same here. Same here. I think I've only seen the Sonic Adventure 2 arc of that whole thing like once, and I still distinctly remember that Chris Thorndike pretty much was here in Amy's place to give Shadow the much needed motivator to help him.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
right.
And I mean, say whatever you will about Chris at the end of the day, it kind of does make more sense considering he's a human like Maria.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that implies that Shadow sees Maria and Chris, who is a dude.
So I guess, well, at that point, Iki, it's just a matter of what would make more sense: seeing Maria and Amy because they're both girls, or seeing Maria and Chris because they're both humans.
I mean, I think there's a little bit more precedent in You know what? I don't even know anymore. Screw Sonic the Hedgehog.
My man knows!
Why do I follow this franchise anyway?
Why do people enjoy...
Oh, he
I didn't even notice he
cried!
cries there.
Oh,
Yeah.
someone get him a
didn't even know
tissue,
he did that.
please.
Rev up those shoes.
So this proves that Shadow isn't a robot.
That man doesn't need a fucking tissue.
Yeah, he's an artificial creation.
Okay.
Alright, so we come back to the Shrine of Kidneys.
Ah, yes, the shrine of Bongo Bongo's remaining innards, made into a cannon.
Also, that explains the fucking orange juice. It's rum.
Oh!
My kind of alcohol choice.
You know, I had another thought in mind of what that watery substance could be, Doug, and I don't think it's rum.
Say it.
You're about to see what I'm thinking of.
Whoa!
Oh my lord,
Oh
what?
no. Imagery.
Behold, version 1 of Project Shadow. A giant-ass, newt!
Newt Gunray?
I think it's a newt anyway.
No, it's more like a skink.
Project Shadow log. Prototype will not fit inside the Mercedes. Going to work on a more compact module for the next model.
Going back to the drawing board.
And thus Shadow created, because he could sit in the back seat like a good boy, as opposed to this behemoth.
He can be a passenger princess? Yay!
Yes.
Passenger princess.
Also, I'm pretty sure everyone and their mothers made this comparison, but you ever notice how Shadow's quills are shaped kind of like Supersonics?
Yeah, minus
All the-
the
Kinda.
bottom
Well,
one.
Supersonic from Adventure 1 anyway.
All the time.
I mean, either way, it's the same logic applies. It's still shaped like Supersonic.
So
Hey,
that
Logan.
yes.
It's the Biolizard!
Why are his legs comprised of the seven? Oh shit, it's a Biolizard!
Ironically, the Biolizard doesn't even have legs. It has,
No.
like, nubs.
And ironically, the Chaos Emeralds aren't even here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Jared also have the mural of Supersonic?
I believe
he did
so.
study that for his research, yes.
That could be the inspiration.
He even screams like a jaguar.
And if you notice back there,
It is heavily implied, just because, I mean, again, Shadow's design is more or less inspired completely by Supersonic,
Of
so
course.
I'd imagine if you had anything to go off of, amongst, like,
Oh.
you know, the shrine there that's shaped exactly like, you know, the Master Road
yeah, but say,
shrine.
yeah, that back there is the exact same shrine that Tikal and Chaos were in.
Right.
Yeah, no, like,
Or at
again,
least it's a recreation.
He really liked, you know, researching the Echidna tribe, and I mean, that's, well, the history of the Echidna tribe is, you get what I
Yeah,
mean.
no, it was science mixed with a little bit of superstitious or at the very least supernatural lore, which I will
And to
100%.
think most of this he only really agreed upon just so he could probably find a means to cure Maria.
Which I'm very sorry, Doug. I gotta say, I like this sort of like I like this theorizing that James and I are doing more than the explanation Chao the Hedgehog gave us, which was, yeah, he did some of it, but then some evil aliens did like half of the homework for him, and then
Yeah,
Some
that's
evil
just...
Ooga Booga alien.
So how many times have you guys assumed that I just really like that game?
well, I know you
Well,
like the
how
game,
often
and
do
I
you
like the
play it,
gameplay,
or-
but I
I don't. It's more of a guilty pleasure.
Okay, but yeah, it is just... Honestly,
My
like...
apologies then.
Like, I'll probably go into more detail about this when we cover the game proper, but the whole notion of, like, adding Black Arms into Shadow's backstory really does just kind of, like, reinforce the idea of how just ultimately pointless that game's existence is.
It really is.
Right, like it's like the whole
Yeah.
the whole thing of like how from what I remember of that game, the game's lore is that it tries to ow, damn it. Man, I can't talk and concentrate
It's
at the same
okay.
time, especially with this guy shooting his shadow balls.
Wait until you get onto the grind rail, because then it's basically, you know, just auto grinding from there. So
You
just
shoot
gotta wait
his
from
shadows
there.
I think at this point I don't even by this point I can't use the grind rails anymore.
Yeah.
Because now he's gonna start doing this crap.
Honestly, I don't blame James for that, because it's really hard to, like, I don't think he ever even telegraphs which type of Shadow Balls he shoots out.
Not
You
really.
just gotta be far enough away so you can dodge them in time. But anyway, so as far as shadows, like in terms of like if it does the game have any point to it?
The whole thing that they're trying to establish is that the only reason that Shadow is able to, you know, walk and talk and all that crap is because he has Black Arms blood in him. That was donated him via their lord, Black Doom.
Yeah.
I get
and
it.
again,
Alien stuff.
And
And
I guess
also-
so that then is the difference between
I
him
need
and
to
the
be
art.
farther away from this fuckhead.
Yeah, probably.
But I understand that. The idea is that like that's what basically gave him sentience as opposed to just being another like android or some other like artificial.
Even
like,
though I think they could have easily just said, Shadow was able to come to life through the power of at least a Chaos Emerald.
He's
Right.
got a little venom in him.
Yeah, and again, my whole notion about like why I figure it's pointless is that like in the grand scheme of things, making him part Black Arms really does nothing for his character. Like it's never brought up again afterwards. Like outside of like one like throwaway line of Frontiers, they never bring up the events of this game again. So really, what was the point?
Ooh. 0 rings. Oh, I've also forgot to mention. I forgot the name of this song already.
Supporting me. It's great.
It's really good.
It really fits the mood of the battle.
And I love the rendition of it that was in episode Shadow and Sonic Forces. There, I said it.
Yeah, that was pretty decent.
It's a good one, but I prefer the Generations remix.
Same.
Fair enough. But then again, don't you only fight him in 3DS?
Yes.
Sonic,
Yeah, you do.
Generations?
As Sonic.
Now I
who,
think-
aside from Finalhazard, never actually encounters that version of the fight.
Holy hell, I gotta listen to them because, oh my god, that's now 2 for 2. That Sonic Generations on 3DS had, like, some of the best bops that the consoles never got, like the Big Arm boss fight and then this one.
I know, right?
Also, I do like that little bit there where Knuckles recites the same thing that Jakal told Tails in SA1.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys play the first game? You should.
It's just to make sure it gets under control. And, uh-oh.
Watch out, he's up to something.
See, Knuckles had a point in the whole story.
I'm getting out of here. Bye.
Bye-bye!
Fuck you. You made fun of me. You made fun of me.
That.
Yes, Shadow,
that
you've done it
mistranslation.
like 7 times. And
The mistranslation is the bee's knees, I tell you.
It is, yeah. I mean, yeah. You know, the more I think about it, though, would it be something of, like, you know, for all the times he's done Chaos Control, maybe he doesn't exactly know what it actually looks like? Maybe he's, like, I don't know.
Maybe he knows how it feels, but he doesn't know what it looks like.
Exactly.
From, like, an outside perspective.
which now I love the translation of. Is that what I look like when I do that? That looks stupid.
Well, speaking of looks,
Really that ugly?
Do you know what makes me laugh every time I think about it with Shadow? It was at this cutscene and one of the 2 cutscenes in Shadow the Hedgehog. Both of them have something in common. Shadow is a fucking owl.
all right, like the one
Because he's turned his head all the way.
His head like went. I thought it was just me who knows. Oh my god.
Come on. I need a new pair of shoes!
This or the shake weight. I'll accept either.
I
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies!
need the drip.
Escalators.
Drip, engaged.
Old.
Thank you, Lord.
Platinum gold.
They're
it actually-
pineapples now.
I think with the hardware, they look a little shinier than they do in the SA1.
Kind of, yeah. Also, I mean, not gonna lie, I do think it's appropriate that Sonic and Shadow are the ones that are doing this fight. I don't think stopping Knuckles from joining them.
Yeah.
Like, he could have turned Super too.
He's done that before, but for now it's time. For now it's time for
Nah,
probably
three's a
the
party.
most. But for now it's probably time for the most memorable of the butt rock songs.
Yeah, live and learn, baby. Live and learn.
Run through your mind.
Pimple popping.
So we have about 4 or 5 minutes to take out the Finalhazard, and in the meantime, he's slowly trying to force the Ark to make its collision course. Which, looking at that, it's like, that's gotta be really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So what are the super? So I guess what are, if any, compared? Because I completely forgot to ask this on the first time. What sort of controls do we have in super mode?
Okay,
Press
so
A
you
to
can move
dash.
Oh,
Well, okay, there's more to it than that. You can use the control stick to move around like always. You press the A button to do a vertical dash, or do a upwards dash. B button to do a downwards dash,
okay.
or X button if you're a Xbox kid.
That's me.
Is that how it works?
Hey. And then you mentioned earlier. How can since we are always on a ring timer? How, let's say we're getting low. Are we just like resigned to our fate, or can we like swap around?
If in the event you start running low on rings, head near the Ark itself, and then Sonic or Shadow will swap with the other hedgehog.
Okay.
Also, speaking of Shadow, well, first off, ow.
You hit
And
that
second
thing.
off, like, I don't know if James will get a chance to show it off, but as you progress through the fight, there's going to be dialogue between him and Sonic that implies that, unlike Sonic, who's, he's had experience with super forms before, Shadow's having a particularly hard time maintaining his super form.
This is his first time ever.
If you know what you're doing, you could easily miss that scene.
Yeah.
On top of all that, you have a 4-minute time limit to actually beat the boss. Because, as you'll start noticing around like the 2-minute mark, the environment starts getting a little bit redder and redder,
Oh, because we're still on a crash
indicating
course.
the Ark is actually falling towards Earth faster and faster, or at least approaching Earth.
Oh, don't forget to flare around ourselves. Like, we're still standing here, like, all fallen. Oh my god, you can do this! Whoa.
Should I, just go ahead and finish- should I end this fucker now, or should I actually wait and see if they actually say the thing?
I mean, let's see.
I mean, you also have to worry about your ring count, so you do
Oh
you,
yeah,
partner.
but obviously I can go to the exact spot. I could go right below him and then make the switch.
Well, I guess it's just a matter of if he even want to wait that long.
Let's see how long.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
Alright, go for it!
Ooh.
Okay, I'm getting a little too weak. Let's make this count, baby. Let's make it
You only
count.
got one shot.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
No whammies and
Pop that pimple!
Boop.
Nice!
also, thank God, no sudden transition this time.
Swap glitch. Yeah.
That was funny.
I also noted, I didn't realize that pustule thing actually has the chance to swap places on its body while you're trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
aim
it can.
for it.
That's disgusting.
Yep, but you did it!
That's a little more worth
Hey,
it.
they did it.
Now that proper cutscene with the hedgehogs.
Now we gotta put this down.
Just yeah, no, I mean, you can end it with your Sonic or Shadow. I think it's more, thematically fitting for Shadow to finish it
It's
off.
The
appropriate.
true ultimate
I
fight
thought
film.
you had to finish it off with Shadow.
You don't have to. Like again, you could. The game's structured in such a way where if you're doing it perfectly, you will end it with Shadow.
Right.
But say if you do fumble up at any point, or need to swap, then you can still end it with Sonic.
Now
Yeah.
do the power!
With one final blast of Chaos Control.
This looked like such ass in the GameCube original. I'm kind of grateful I got the mod in place to make it look more like the Dreamcast version.
Hell yeah, Shadow.
Shadow has expunged all of his remaining energy.
All around me are familiar faces.
I noticed when both Sonic and Shadow were throwing the orb, Shadow's jet boosters were activated.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, no, he needed them to keep up.
I guess it was to, really push it to the limit.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, that's what he needed even to keep up with Supersonic, because again, that was his first time being Super Shadow. Oh my goodness.
I do like attention to detail. Yeah, attention to detail.
And they all shall live again, even the little girl.
And there, now I can tell the joke hype was that there was like,
Why
where'd
is
he go?
Donald Trump in the
No,
battle?
because Shadow was because Shadow was falling because he was an angel. The nicest angel we have.
Oh, so he got too close to the sun.
Right.
Icarus.
He burned up upon re-entry and died, and we'll never see him ever again.
This
Never,
isn't the Broly
ever.
movie, second one.
That the professor created.
Second
I honestly thought that was an onion ring that Sonic just ate.
Oh no.
I don't know. I just love the way you I love the way you worded that. Like, this isn't Broly movie, the second one.
I don't remember the second movie title, honestly.
It's like, this is not the Broly movie, second one.
This isn't Broly, I remember, bro.
Second one.
Lee.
Lee.
Is this what I heard? Anyway, now everyone's making up. Eggman is teaching Tails how to disco. You put your hand up like that, and you move it down like that, and then
You put your left
don't- make sure your
Only
feet are square.
7th place.
These are the kinds of sick moves my grandfather used to teach me back in his heyday.
you say
He
that
was a silver fox, I tell you. Not like you.
He was my hero.
you say
Unlike
that
you.
you say that. I love all of that, but I love even more the idea of out of nowhere Eggman pulling out a word like, "This reminds me of my old grandpappy who used to teach me."
Well, you do a little this.
My grandfather may have been driven insane and tried to kill everyone in existence, but devil damn it, he knew how to cut a rug.
He was a good man.
He had the groove.
You threw off my groove.
This is something that never occurred to me, watching this cutscene way back when. But original, dialogue there didn't make me realize that she actually, assuming we don't consider Sonic 06 part of the picture, this is supposed to be the point where she essentially quits working for a gun.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
So she becomes a free agent?
Well, I assume that she realized after all that had been going on here that she doesn't want to be a pawn to anybody until Sonic 06, which basically just went right back to having her need something for Halo. I remember that line.
Yeah, otherwise, beyond that, she still has the hots for Jules. No matter, even what she said earlier, that doesn't really change my Sonic heroes.
True. She's meant to be the Catwoman of this whole thing.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Well,
So, guys,
you've done it, James.
can you feel time slipping down your spine?
That was moving through your mind. Maybe something else.
So that's what it feels like to be old.
So
To have time slipping down your spine?
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine something. Your spine hurts.
Dude, this game is literally over. This game's old enough to drink now, and it makes me feel too way too fucking old because of it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, when you have the Biolizard soaking in red wine...
But I'd say, hey, for what you're showing us, this still looks like a really solid game.
Oh, I mean, let's be real here. It's definitely it's aged considerably as time has gone on. Like, people will definitely say what they will about how they handled how the base game handled treasure hunting and the mech levels. And, the stuff with Sonic and Shadow is still the highlight, but even then, that still has its warts here and there. But otherwise, if it wasn't Sonic the Hedgehog 2 that got me into the Sonic franchise, Sonic Adventure 2, I'd say, was just as influential to my being the Sonic fan that I am today. And I mean, I definitely gotta give it nothing but respect for that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I still have my fun with this game, even now. It's if it's not Super Mario 64, or Super Smash Brothers, or Luigi's Mansion...
Super Mario Sunshine.
The Sonic Adventure duology is pretty much my other,
go-to GameCube games.
Easy pick-up-and-play sort of childhood nostalgic experience.
And hey, with the power of modern modders and people who are like-minded as you, we can continue to enjoy with potentially, modern amenities and quality of life improvements to keep, sharing this around.
And the best part is, we can keep our hearing intact because the audio mixing with mods isn't nearly as atrocious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much... My whole thing in the story is that, I think... Yay. I think I like this one.
New day brings new adventure.
La la.
But for now...
Yeah?
Rest easy, heroes.
That's a link because of the
Sonic
third Sonic game!
Heroes?
Oh, maybe they had it all along. Anyway, I don't know, but...
They knew what they were doing! Also, rest in pasta, Shadow the Hedgehog. We'll see you again in the sequel.
Ripperoni.
Miss you, man.
And like I said before, I think I like this game a little bit more to Sonic Adventure 1 in the sense of I see it a little bit more replayable since it's more, streamlined, boom, 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 action, action, action.
Not to mention that there's more, especially with, the stage select, there's a whole bunch of missions attached to every single level that'll add up to that playtime.
Oh, nice.
And if you're really masochistic enough, you can get an A rank on every single one of them and unlock a very appropriate bonus because this game was released literally on Sonic's 10th birthday.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
He was 10 years old.
What a time.
Back to those green hills when life was two-dimensional.
Oh my
When
God.
Green Hill was an actual novelty.
And then Sonic made a rocky transition to 3D.
Wow. But that actually, I've never seen it. This is actually really sick.
It's pretty nifty.
The original Green Hill more or less recreated somewhat in... Man, look at this.
Many people already know this by now, but if you want to get this level legitimately, you have to get every single emblem in the game, which also includes getting an A rank on every single mission and doing all the Chao stuff.
Every single mission and every single Chao minigame.
Oh.
All that just for this level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a nice enough tribute. Hi, what did you think of SA2?
I mean, I like SA2 plenty, but what the heck is
Don't
all
mind that. Icky's trashing the camp. Don't mind it. Go ahead.
He's trying to distract people. But yeah, I like SA2 plenty. I get the complaints. I'll agree in that it could have aged a bit better compared to other games. For my money, I feel like it's aged about as well as SA1 has aged, but even still, I kind of find myself preferring SA2 over SA1 for a number of things. One, like I mentioned, in that Logan kind of doubled down on, it feels like it has a better focus on what it wants to be compared to Adventure 1, and a lot of the levels that I like in there, I do legitimately like over the ones in SA1. But yeah, aside from that, I can understand some of the complaints. I know that, the treasure hunting and mech levels aren't exactly up for everyone's tastes. And I do agree that, if it wasn't for, the implemented mod that James used, I can totally understand why people would hate a lot of Knuckles and Rouge's stages. But I don't know, for me, SA2 is one of those games where it's I know that there is reason to hate it, but I can't really bring myself to hate it.
Alright.
It's got higher highs and lower lows.
I think that's fair. Look at all these cool little cards. On that end, Icky, do you like SA2 or SA1 more?
I like SA1 more in terms of pure gameplay, but SA2 has the definitive Chao Garden experience, so I gotta give it that.
Fair.
So it balances out.
It's one reason to revisit Sonic Adventure 2 more so.
True.
These CPU players have no idea how a car is supposed to function. Look how they're just zip zooming across the entire road.
Well, I mean, they're still ahead of them, so they're not incompetent.
Fair.
No, I'm not saying they're incompetent, but like, look at them swerving.
I know they gotta keep it steady. All right, so Doug and MB, you two gotta fight to the death on who gets to speak their opinions on
MB can be
SA2
first.
next.
No,
Okay,
no, Doug
MB
go
will speak
first.
first
No.
by concession via Doug.
Doug, do it. Doug
Jesus
goes
Christ.
first. Doug does it. Go first.
Fight to the death and see who will be the one not to commentate first.
It's not that. I'm being polite as fuck, but
Out of my way,
fine.
Blue Hedgehog.
But fine, I'll speak.
Yay!
Okay.
Actually, let me rephrase that. Out of my way, Blue Pineapple.
Damn. I still agree with some complaints and some compliments that people still give this game even to this day. I do see majority of still loving this game to heart, and I can agree why. But it still doesn't change my mind of how affected it has gotten to me because of the fan base with this game. So
Which is fair.
Disaffected because of fan poisoning.
I still like the game to a degree, but not as much, and just because of that, I can't put that as one of my favorite Sonic games anymore because of the fan base.
Fair.
I'd honestly say there does come a point where sometimes you just gotta let go of what the fan base thinks of it and just enjoy it on your own terms.
Right, like honestly,
I try my best. You have no idea.
I mean, like, honestly, I feel like that can really be applicable to, like, a lot of Sonic games. Like, you know, with how aggressive... Like, that's part of the reason why I'm not really into Sonic and the Black Knight, because of how aggressively defensive people are all over that game.
Yeah.
I'd argue it's the same reason why... What was I gonna say? I'd say that argument also applies to the Pokemon fanbase.
yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't think Sword and Shield is all that redeemable right now, but... Whoa!
I think Sword and Shield at least looks better compared to Scarlet and Violet in terms of visual style. You know, aside from like the paler colors.
Oh, you could at least argue that Sword and Shield is a finished game when it was launched.
I mean, even then, there's so little to explore in that game outside of just the DLC.
I know.
What still ruins it for me is, again, this game being highly praised. But other than that, I still enjoy the game, but again, not too much anymore.
Oh Lord. Okay, how about this?
Just for being highly praised.
How about this, Doug? Would you say that? What would you say is your favorite Shadow? Like across the Sonic, like IP and all of the different like writings and stuff. Which was your favorite Shadow?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I have no
Which
idea.
one's the one in the mobile game?
I have heavy stuff with Shadow as a character as a whole, but I'll probably save that when we get to Shadow.
That's right.
Fair enough.
Well, how about...
MB, what
And
did
to a lesser degree, Sonic Heroes.
True.
Yeah.
So MB, what did you think of SA2 as Hype and I are asking?
I liked it. I had a fun time. I unfortunately don't know a ton about the games in general for Sonic stuff, so I don't have as like, I guess a more educated opinion on like how I could give like proper saying of like which one I like more. But I mean, I had a great time getting to experience this game with y'all. I think it's really fun to just experience it with friends and like try it. Like, sure, I'm not getting
What
every.
are you doing?
Don't you
Damn it, I
dare!
thought I could get away
Don't
with
you
it.
dare! Don't you
Just
dare!
totally put him back, as I was saying.
If you did that while I was
Drop
talking,
him.
I will never forgive you. No, you're fine. But for real, I think it was like, sure, I don't get to experience like all the lore. Like, I can go like in depth in the lore on my own time if I want to, but like getting to experience this fun time with y'all and like getting pieces of it while also seeing y'all's opinions on it, I think is really eye-opening. So.
That's good.
And on this day, July 3rd, James named his Chao for the very first time. After playing over 37 hours of this game, you only just now named a Chao.
And you only have 8 out of 15 achievements. I am distraught.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I might like this game to the better end, but I'm not going to defend every single aspect of it to the point where I actually do every single thing.
Fair.
But yeah, with that all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, our time with Sonic Adventure 2 has finally come to a close. We will see you all next time as Logan, Doug, and I join forces as heroes.
Oh.
Ooh.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Oh god, I forgot that's how we're doing it.
Though, say if the event we decide not to do it right away, we were also considering starting on Frontiers next.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll first gotta get things ready.
It squarely depends on when we get that last bit of story DLC.
Oh, please, and please, watch it be like the kind of DLC where it's like Sparks of Hope, where it's completely separate, and we could have done Frontiers this whole time. I don't know how it's gonna be done, but we'll see.
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Alrighty. Well, take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Till next time, everybody.
Take care.
Woo!
This is my family. I found it all on my own. It's little and broken, but it's still good.
There, I didn't forget for you, Logan.